What's really going on here? I'm feeling this sort of like, it looks like this but it's really over here. Energy. It looks like this, but here's what's really going on. So let's do that, all right? Let's see. Whatever zodiac signs show up, I will look at those in the extended. Before I forget, if you like the content on this channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends. Thank you to all of the amazing subscribers who've come on board in my last 2 years. You guys are just incredible. Okay. It looks like this, but what's really going on? What is really going on? All right. So the cards underneath the deck are the subconscious, right? In this Scorpio full moon energy, things are coming to light, right? Pluto in retrograde, things are popping out of the darkness. So we're going to look at the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck, and we're going to compare and contrast, as they say. So here's what's really going on, exchanging gifts, and here's what it looks like. Go the distance. So this situation may be very, will bring you a lot of lessons. Okay, that's what's really going on here. Is this person may be challenging to you. This is like a marathon, okay? This person may be very challenging to you, or this job or career or what's going on right now may be very challenging. But what's really happening underneath that needs to pop out into your consciousness is that what lesson am I learning from this? What is showing up for me that I need to look at it in a different way? The Hanged Man, kind of look at this, turn this around, and pull yourself out of the emotional abyss of whatever's going on, whether it's a relationship or it's your relationship to money, your relationship to your work, your relationship to abundance. Something is keeping you, it's really this internal struggle that you're seeing in your life. So as inside, it's reflected in your outside. It's reflected in your belief. Okay, so I want to parse something here, because I was talking with someone the other day, and we were talking about, your self-worth or what you believe you're due is what you get. Okay, so they were talking about, well, your bank account reflects your self-worth. And I'm here to say, true, but it doesn't mean good or bad person. Okay, it doesn't mean like, that's where I think we get it wrong. That's where I think we get it wrong in this idea that those blessed with a lot of money are either blessed by God or they're super evil, right? They're, all of this kind of stuff. Now, that's a value judgment we're placing on money, that either you're super good to be blessed by it or you're super evil to steal it from others. Some of those things are true. Okay, some of those beliefs are true. What you're being challenged with right now is, do you believe something because you know it to be true in your spiritual awakening since you've awakened? Do you know that to be true? Or is this something that you were taught that was true? And, yeah, somebody taught me that this was true. And so now you have to reevaluate every single belief that you have. So because someone has no money, someone has no resources, because someone has, a bank account that's always getting overdraft charges and all that kind of stuff. That has no bearing on their worth as an individual. It's their belief about their worth as an individual. You see the difference there? There's no value judgment on money at all. It's all what we place on it. There's no value judgment on being married or not married. It's the value we place on it. So if you're believing that you're not worth anything and money is how we, get paid for valuable experience or valuable information or valuable work that we do, it is directly in proportion to how much value we place on it. There's been many times in my career where I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing was very valuable to this person, to this kind of person. This is the person who needed it, who needed what I was doing. And so that became the value on which they were willing to exchange resources, right? You have to understand, if you don't feel like what you're doing is valuable, no one else will. And as a society, we are in the process of reorienting ourselves as to what is valuable. Thank God, because a lot of things are super valuable, are not paid very well. And now we're kind of upending those beliefs. We're kind of seeing how valuable things are. Okay? So for you, whoever this message is meant for, understand your gifts. Understand that that has super duper immense value. This relationship or this challenge right now, a career or a person or something along those lines, is a marathon to you to understand your worth and value. Because once you understand your worth and value, things are so changing in our society right now that all of those things that was kind of set in stone for a lot of people, like this job should be paid X dollars. Why? Because we can. And at the same time, the value of the work itself has intrinsic value to people, right? It does. And this is all changing right now. So this is about understanding your gifts and understanding your worth and value, because that is what is going to help you on this journey. Okay. The person or the career or whatever it is in your path here, is on your path to show you your own worth and value. And how can you now reorient that if you're not getting back? We talk about this in relationships all the time. If you're not getting back the value of what you're putting in, then there's time to rebalance that. There's a time, this is a time that is being rebalanced. Can you rebalance that for yourself? Can you rebalance and look at your own self-worth and be like, you know what? My energy is being used or abused. It's not really, I might be a click or two off in my career. You know what I mean? Like, I always knew my job was about communication. But what was the content I was communicating? That's different. That is very different. And while what may have had value at one point, have had low value at one point, has now tremendous value, the environment is changing. Our world is changing. And this can all be rebalanced. This can all be rebalanced. Interesting. Okay, so okay. Let's see here. So this is going to be a little bit differently. I'm going to lay this out from the top and the bottom of the deck. The top is what it looks like. The card underneath is what's really going on. Okay? So one card for you. Ten of Cups. That's the situation, and the card underneath is Moon. All right, so interesting. That's you. That's what's really going on. There's a lot of underlying fear around Ten of Cups situation. Emperor. What's really going on? Ten of Pentacles. This is family stuff. This is from your growing up. Like, you're afraid to be happy because it might be taken away from you by someone else who has power. Okay, there's a fear around that. That's where the self-worth issue comes from. Okay, so this is you, Ten of Cups. Hey, look at me. Yes, of course I want to be happy, but what's going on underneath is a real fear around being happy because it could get taken away from you, right? This is the situation. The Emperor, as we know, is very powerful. Ten of Pentacles, that's family. This could be a daddy issue, a father issue, because Emperor is father. It's also selfish leadership because it's immature. Even though the Emperor is the Emperor, right? There's a certain amount of me, I around this. And it's like when we talked about the money, who has all the money? It's the other that has all the money, right? It's the other, or it's other, you could just, it's not necessarily a person, but it's like that out there, another person has all the money or has all the power, not me. Okay. So being happy is something that is, being happy is something that brings up some anxiety, because what's the point of being happy if it's going to get yanked away from you? Okay, if that happens. So it's almost like, listen, I'm just going to go under the radar. I'm just going to, keep my head down. I'm just going to be, I'm not going to expand myself into my natural gifts, because then some other is going to have power over me. Money itself could be an issue here. Money or career itself, choices. I follow what looks good, not what I really want. Okay. The moon underneath, interesting. The moon underneath here is, you have some kind of deep desire to do something. And it's like, shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, because this is what's going to really make me happy, but I'm afraid to do it. Also because there's a belief here that there's no money. Okay, there's a belief here that there's no money. So opportunity, Knight of Wands, okay? Knight of Wands, opportunity to move forward with passion. Oops, nope, what's underneath? Ace of Cups. Oops, almost goofed that up. All right, so this is what's looks like it's going on. This is a relationship issue. So we're having an issue about your own feelings around the ability to be happy. This situation is that other people are in control, or you believe other people are in control to the extent that you can be happy, right? The opportunity that's arriving is someone who is younger, or Sagittarius energy here. We got Aries. We've got Libra in terms of balancing. We've got Pisces. So this person, there is a person here, and this person may look a little flighty, or a little bit irresponsible, or something along those lines. But I do believe the love is real. Okay, I do believe the love is real here. This is the opportunity that's coming in. This could be also, if we're talking about work and things like that, we're talking about an inspired, fast moving opportunity that is a new idea, right? If it was a page, it'd be a really new idea, but it's just a new idea. And I do think that there is an opportunity to start fresh with a new career or a new idea that comes in, because this is a 10. All right. This is the old way of making money. This is the old way of being happiness is antithetical to making money. Okay. And what's popping up for you right now is a lot around this idea that I can't be happy and make money. Those two things don't go together. And so what's coming in is this really beautiful opportunity to be joyful, to be having a good time. Let's see. Ace of Swords, and what's underneath? King of Wands. Okay. So what's really going on here is the universe is saying to you that the truth is to be in your highest, lots of fire energy, highest inspirational. This is Leo. So Aries, Sag, Leo, we have all of it here. So instead of the opportunity being a fly-by-night thing, okay, and needing to really see if it's something that you love doing, if this is a person, you may go for someone who is the opposite of the Emperor, right? This energy, fire energy, is the opposite of the Empire. Empire, really? Empire Strikes Back. this Knight of Wands is somebody who you don't expect to be challenged by. This may be player energy. This person is legit in offering an Ace of Cups, but remember, this is just an opportunity. This is a possibility, all right? But it is legit, okay? If I'm saying to you that if this person, if this is a person in your life, then, you know, they're young, they're fun, they're joyful, they want to do stuff, they want to take risks, they go out, they are inspirational to you, then you might be afraid that it's not stable enough, okay? So the truth is you need to be your own stability, okay, first of all. And part of that is coming out of this idea that I'm not worth anything, because you're actually King of Wands. You're actually King of Wands here. So that King of Wands is a nice balance. This could also be another person, but this does feel to me like it's a nice balance of this belief around the old way and the new opportunity, because the real deal is your truth is putting you in this position of being King of Wands. You are King of Wands. And likely in terms of relationship, you would also be attracting a King of Wands. So you see how this is like the opposite ends of the spectrum. The Emperor is like kind of old guard, old school person that reminds you of your father or something like that. Or it's just that's what you were taught to believe was stable for you. But what you're learning is that you are your own stability. It's not about outsourcing your stability. It's not about outsourcing your stability. Okay? So you've got to know your truth about this. You are the King of Wands. This is about your, what's the word here? Your own capability, recognizing your own gifts and moving into something new. So we got the 10s here, and now we're moving into the aces. You see that? Like the 10s are, okay, the cycle is over. Like that's an old idea. Now the aces are the possibilities. All right, so near future. Whoop, come back here. King of Cups. What's underneath? Two of Wands. So the near future is about your feelings. How are you feeling? These two are in alignment with each other. So that's kind of nice because these were out of alignment with each other. But now because of these new possibilities and what you're learning about yourself from either your career choices, your new value, self-worth and value, your understanding that there are opportunities. Do I choose it? Do I don't? This is about you going with your heart chakra. This is about you going with, what do I really want? I'm making a choice. What do I really want? Those are nicely in alignment. This King of Wands and Ace of Swords are nicely in alignment. This is a little out of alignment because this person appears to be like player, but they do have the capability of making it a real offer. This career might be a little sexy. Something like that, okay? Recent past. Six of Wands, Star. And so this recent past and coming right up here is you have done some good healing work here. You have healed and been in the process of healing this incompatibility. What is really going on with what is shown on the outside? Now you're in that process of having healed some things around these issues. So that this is how we got here. This is expecting, seeing things, people, career choices as one thing and expecting them to be another. Okay? So yes, there is an opportunity here, but it's just a possibility. So are you seeing people correctly? Are you seeing career choices correctly based on your new awareness of your value and worth? Okay? That's what's going to shift the game here from, oh, I really want to be happy, but I'm afraid to because it's not lining up. There's some cognitive dissonance here between what I want and what I believe I can have. And so recent past, this beautiful energy of overcoming these things, these belief systems, now puts you in the position of being much more capable of choosing healthy, choosing based on heart chakra, based on, hey, what I truly want. This is all coming up for you. That's why Scorpio full moon is such a good thing. Okay? That's why that's such a good thing. So this is about your truth and being in alignment with your truth, being in alignment with that which you know you are. King of Wands, very capable, entrepreneurial. You're also going to attract in another King of Wands because of that. All right, so I'm going to look at all the fire signs. Clearly, they're all here. Aries, Leo, Sag. And then there is some water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So we'll look at that. Woo! And Aquarius. Don't forget Aquarius over here. We'll look at that in the extended. I will also... I will just keep going, okay? All right, link is below for you. I'll see you over there.